sometimes you come across a boat that is just inexplicably cool. Meet the Woi 26. Gotta be one of the most pin-up, aesthetically stunning day sailors you'll ever come across. I'm Toby Hodges from Yachting World. I'm going to go for a quick early morning sail for European Yacht of the Year Trials 2025 on the Woi 26. So there is an engine, a little electric pod, but we're just showing how easily this boat can slip along, sailing out of the marina. Cheating, using a 5 kilowatt electric pod because there's no wind in the marina. Early morning. Trying to jibe in no wind. You can probably see there is, I can't even feel any wind. And yet we are slipping along already. 3.5, 2.5 to 4 knots. So any little puff. It's just over 1 ton, I think. Such a cool design. So this Woi 26 is built by Jan Brügge, who's on board with us. And the first boat he built was the 48-foot Thomas Tisson IRC racer that competed in the Admiral's Cup this year. The leader. Super cool wood epoxy design. And this is the first one for his brand, Woi. 26-foot modern day sailor, but with what I really like is it's bringing both traditional boat building materials, timber obviously, with modern technology. So he's developed a way of, it's basically taking like cold molding but vacuum infusing it with resin. So you get a very stiff, lightweight structure with age-old and sustainable material in a way. So this is a Oregon pine on the deck, really, really tactile, silver fir, the yellowy wood, and the structure is built in larch. And then vacuum infused, as I said, with bio-based resin. And not only that, but the design complements that as well, in that it's, you know, really low, long, almost, I was thinking like dragon style design, but yeah, a modern gentleman's day sailor for fast, fun sailing. The jib sheet, you see, is on a self-tacking rail, but it runs up the mast and through the mast on a 2-to-1 sheet system, and then on a 4-to-1 fine trim. So really easy to adjust that from inside the cockpit. And then you've got the little snub air winch if you need it for your kite sheets in the middle here. They're on ratchet blocks, just where Jan is holding at the moment, and the main sheet on a single cam cleat. And purchased back on the bridle aft there. Fun, easy to sail is one of the key points of the boat, and fast. So it's got a lifting T-keel beneath this mast, which reduces from 1.9 to 1.1, I think. I'll put it in the spec. And twin rudders to complement that. So there's so much grip. They were out yesterday in the big waves when I was sailing on another boat, you know, in a hearty swell. And this boat was just skimming all over them with total control, surfing at 17 knots. That would have been fun. Should have got on that leg. So this is your jib sheet coming into this cleat here, just furling it away, which is why it's running through. Just turn the engine on, not that you can hear it because it's an electric pod. And then you have the spinnaker halyard. That's the 2-to-1 jib sheet, that's the 4-to-1 jib sheet, and then the main halyard as well. And then you're only really using the snub air winch to help you with the kite sheets when it's stronger wind. And then this bucket here is to pull the spinnaker down into. So you can raise that and then pull it out on the tack line. Quite a nice, neat system. Keep everything in here, and then obviously your tailing lines can go down into the interior. So you can just see a little bit inside there. Beautiful woodwork. Really, really impressive construction. They've actually used flax on the keel trunk on this one.
Storage or you don't need storage, like you just
this here is to raise and lower the electric pod. All the details are so neat. So you pull on one to lower it, pull on the other to raise it, and that sits inside a box in there, up inside the hull when you're sailing. Detailing, super, super neat. A little throttle for this electric pod. And so that's where you raise and lower it from. We've got a little control panel for that. So you can see we've got 2,000 RPM at the moment on, using 3,200 watts of the 5,000 available. And then below this panel is that you can lift this to access the steering gear and stuff. So that because water can get in there, you've also got a bilge pump, but look how it's been incorporated into the coamings rather than having an ugly bilge pump on show. The handle for which, guess where it is? Incorporated under here. Very, very cool, neat detailing. Those are the top of the rudder stocks. Just all incorporate these nice anti fittings and stuff. Harken blocks, yeah, it's very sexy. It's very sexy. As is the vinyl wrap colour. So those buttons there are your electric controls for the hydraulic powered lifting keel. So that T keel, it sits in that flax trunk just below the mast base, can raise from 1.9 to 1.1 meters high. The only other thing I think I haven't pointed out is these, which is the furling line for the jib and the tack line. So they're running through under that foredeck forward, and it leaves that beautiful flush pine foredeck. Just showing with the cockpit plate taken off. You can access the steering gear back here, but look at those carbon bars. Again, level of detailing. It is pretty stunning. And then further forward, you have the battery there and the hydraulic pump further forward. But that will be sealed in future boats. Brief sail drift around. Sorry, we didn't get any wind. But I would urge you to check out Yachts. They're based between Kiel and Flensburg. I think Jan Brügge has done a beautiful job here. Super, super cool design. Very, very cool boat. Price starts at 240,000 ex-tax for the boat. You see it, but without the sails. Yacht, rad.